Hi, I am Callie and I'm from Coding with Callie, and I am going to be learning more about Go pointers in this video. I am learning Go for my new job at HashiCorp, and I'm going to go from the beginning, work through the basics, and film it while I do. So here I am going to show you kind of a little bit different example with pointers. And this I think is a really cool example. Okay, so like always, I start out with my main package here, and that way I can type in go run dot, and that will run my main function here because I'm within my pointers folder. Okay, so I can run this, and let's take a look at first about what we're going to run. So in my main function here, I have a variable dog1, okay, and it's going to be a struct, and the type of the struct is going to be dog, okay? So dog is going to have three properties, and it's going to have a name, which is a string, a breed, which is a string, and an age, which is an integer, okay? So we have our first statement here. All right, so what we're doing here is we're using the FMT package from which is like part of Go to print out into our terminal here what is stored in dog1. Okay. Then we have another function. This function here is called change dog's age. So we pass in a dog of type dog, and then we take the property age and we're going to increment it by 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and then after, so we're calling that in our main program. And then after that, we are going to print out dog1 again. So the first thing you want to do when you're reading code is you want to make a prediction about what's going to happen. Now I wrote this code, so I already know what's going to happen, but this is how I kind of start understanding more about pointers. Okay, my first guess would be that, okay, it's going to print out in this first one, my dog here exactly as written. Fido is it Fido? Fido? Someone comment and let me know how am I supposed to pronounce that? Did I let AI write this struct for me? Yes, I did. Okay, the next thing is the breed, German Shepherd, and then we're going to say Fido Fido is 5 years old. Okay, so I think that's what's going to be printed in line 13. Then when we change the dog's age, my initial guess is now that we're going to print out that the dog is 6 years old. But you probably can guess that's not what happens. So let's go ahead and click Go Run. And you can see that we print out 5 as the age both times. Let's try to use a pointer instead, okay? So I am going to keep this line the same. I'm going to keep this print the same. But instead of when I go to call change dog1, I want to pass in instead a pointer using the ampersand sign to dog1. Okay, so I'm passing in a pointer to what's stored in the memory location, okay, that the variable is stored in. Okay, and you can see that we have an error. So let's read our error to try to figure out what it is. Okay, so we're saying that we can't pass in a ampersand dog1, which is value of, it's a pointer to a dog struct. But if we notice the function here, we're not looking for a pointer of a dog struct, we're looking for a dog struct. So what we need to do is we need to add the asterisk here, okay, saying that we're passing a pointer in, okay? And when we pass a pointer in, we are going to actually change the object. So if we run it again, now you will see that our dog has aged a year, okay? So if that's not super clear, because you can go on Google and you can find this type of example all over the place, okay? You can read about it. What's really cool though too is you can use AI to explain it to you, all right? So the first thing I would do is, like, let's say I don't understand any of it, okay? I could probably highlight this whole thing and then, oops, it's using a different AI. I want it to use Copilot. So I'm going to right click and go to Copilot. And then I'm going to say explain this. Okay, which you can see I already did above. All right, so this Go code defines a struct. Okay, so that's our struct up here. Creates an instance of it and modifies one of its fields. Okay, so this is summarizing the whole thing, right? The dog struct is defined with 3 fields: name, breed, and age. That's exactly what we said earlier. They represent the name, breed, and age of a dog, respectively. In the main function, an instance of the dog struct is created with the name Fido Fido, breed German Shepherd at age 5. This is then stored in the variable dog1. The FMT print line dog1 statement prints the current state of dog1 to the console. Oh, and see, you can also pick up kind of how to talk about those things too. I like how Copilot said the current state of dog1. Okay. Next, the change dog age function is called with the address of dog1 as its argument. Okay. So, yet the memory address of dog1 here is called. This function takes a pointer, right? That's this part here, to a dog struct as a parameter. Inside the function, the age field of the dog struct is incremented by 1. Because the pointer to dog1 was passed to the function, the change to the age field affects the original dog1 instance. Finally, FMT print line dog1 is called again to print the state of dog1 after the age field has been changed. This demonstrates that the change dog age function successfully modified the age field of dog1. All right, so that's a little bit more information about pointers and how you can use AI to better explain your code and better learn how to talk about your code. All right, I'll see you in the next one.